being in tune, making sure that you're present online, that you have a presence online, that you're showing up where you need to show up, whether it's for your B2B plans or your B2C plans, your social media manager or coordinator that is designing your social calendar, designing the themes and the content, and your content person is actually creating the content and making sure you have enough content to push out through all of the different channels that you have. So it's sort of like this little engine that's, by itself that gets incorporated into this work here. And I think a lot of it is becoming more integrated. And just, it'll be different for every co-op. But this is the general makeup of the teams. And so you'll need a budget for your team. And that would go in the plan. Let's get past this. Your digital, okay, we talked about that. Storytelling, budget, right? So budget is one of the last pieces. And so once you have your personas, your competition, your key activities, your action plans, you can create your budget. Marketing budget can be best described as an estimate of the business's revenue and expenses for specific marketing related projects or promotion of its products and services over a specific period of time. So again, we talked earlier about it may be the business overall that your budget is going to be addressing. Your marketing budget is going to address initially, maybe you have a phase 1, a phase 2, a phase 3 budget, which is fine. Or you are just launching a particular product or service. So it's really important, especially when you're just launching a smaller project, because everyone wants to see, is this going to work? Is this a great idea? Is it a terrible idea financially? But it was fun to do it, right? Or a lot of hard work to do it. And nothing came in and nobody tracked it. Marketing budget is usually drawn up to cover expenses such as payment for new software, website maintenance, speaking engagements, paid advertising, and so on. And here's just a quick sample budget. So you can do pie charts. There's different samples on Canva and other platforms for you to do it. We have marketing templates. I think NDCC probably has marketing templates, marketing plan templates that can be used. Labor is usually the biggest number. And then, from there. It allows you to allocate your resources effectively, easily track your ROI, encourages long-term planning, and keeps everyone motivated, hopefully, and interested and inspired. Some other items to include: software tools, the salaries, okay, outsourcing, ad spend, PR, events, training. And again, some of these, you don't have to do all of these, of course, just whatever most comfortable for you to start. And grow from there. Okay. All right, I think that's most of what I wanted to share with y'all. And at 3, we were supposed to have a couple of guests. I'm not sure if they've arrived yet. So maybe it's a good time to do the poll, Amal. And then I want to ask if Eric from West Georgia Farmers Co-op or AgriUnity are on yet or on the call.
So we just launched the first question for the poll, so if you guys could answer that, so just so we could get an idea of the audience that we have.
That's great. The 20% is yes, are using a digital marketing platform, 80% at no. And if you could type in the chat or share what are some of those platforms you are using. And what you use them for. Okay, that's great. %33% are startups. Oh, wait, 50. It's coming, it says 50-50, right? Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. So we got 50 startups, 50% existing. Okay. Now it says 60-40. Okay, so 60 is a startup. 40 existing. Okay. Ron Gato says he's using news and updates, Instagram, illustrations, actions with visual interest, LinkedIn, the business news, issues and trends, looking into social.coop on Mastodon. Awesome. Thanks, Ron. Ron, are you a startup or existing? I should probably assume you're existing, but I just want to ask. And what kind of co-op you have? Okay. Starting a co-op is 75%. Co-op development, 50%. Marketing plans. Okay, we're still filling it out, so I'll wait. Okay. Okay, thank you, Ron. Co-op development org. Last question, Ron, what region were you in? I was in a meeting today with some other developments folks. Ooh. All right, hang on one second. Pacific Northwest. Very good, thank you. All right, well, thank you for those answers to those questions. So we have marketing plans and cooperative development coming in even together, and starting a cooperative are what folks are most interested in. And so it's about half, starting a cooperative is like 80%, and then the rest is cooperative development and marketing plans. Wonderful. All right. So we wanted to spend about 30 minutes with our guest co-ops if they're on the line, and then another 30 minutes Q&A. If for some reason they're not here yet, we could start Q&A and then we could switch over when they arrive. So I'll check again. Imile, do you see if Eric or AgriUnity have come on? Any new? Eric Lamar of West Georgia Farmers Co-op. Eric's here, wonderful. And Eric, what is the name of our AgriUnity guest?
Her name is Roxy. It's maybe Roxy Jewels.
All right, Roxy. All right, well, since you're here, let's go ahead and have you share a little bit about you, of course. Eric, I know Eric, we share board service on Georgia Cooperative Development Center. We also shared board service on Georgia Organics. And he is just an amazing leader and coopreneur and executive director of West Georgia Farmers Cooperative and a Superman. And so I want to welcome Eric. Eric, you can share a little bit more about you and your work and the co-op, and then share a little bit about your marketing development plans and what you all are doing. That'd be great.
Hey, thanks, Aja, for allowing me to share this space with you. And greetings, everyone that's in the audience. My name is Eric Simpson, and I represent the West Georgia Farmers Cooperative. West Georgia Farmers Cooperative was founded in 1966. We just turned 57 years old Sunday on the 16th. I'm one of the farmers. I'm a small farmer, small, sustainably, small, naturally grown farmer. I, of course, farm according to all of the sustainable practices. We are a mix of producers, which are our farmers, and our other product manufacturers, vendors. We're a mix of producers, of consumers, and of some workers. So we are, we have a mix of everyone from food culinary experts to farmers to community activists. So that's who make up the West Georgia Farmers Co-op today. What we currently do, our current business is we're a food hub. We aggregate our collective produce and crops, and we sell them to various retail establishments, food hubs, hotels, institutions. That's how we generate our revenue. And that's kind of how we've always generated our revenue as one of our core businesses. And so what we are up to these days is we are in the process of building out a food co-op / grocery store, as well as a shared commercial kitchen and a credit union on approximately 2 acres that we just purchased last year. So that work is under development now. And of course, and what we're hoping to do is to create this cooperative economic center, cooperative economic development complex that we can place in blighted communities, in communities with a large presence of Black folks, and stimulate economic activity and kind of rebuild some of our economically deserted communities with cooperative economics, in keeping with Principle 6. We really want to establish, this as a model that we can duplicate all over our region, the state, and maybe even the country. So that's what we're doing, and that's who I am. And again, I'm glad to be here, and I'll answer any questions to the best of my ability that you all may have.
Thanks, Eric. Is Roxy here? Not yet. Okay. Well, if it's all right, then we can start to take any questions, and then Eric, if you can just kind of keep an eye out, or maybe text Roxy, get an ETA, and then we can fold her in to the conversation. That'd be great.
Yeah, we have a question in the Q&A. So if we could answer that, are you one of the organizations involved with receiving the recent USDA award as a federal business center for the Southeast?
Okay, I just saw that. I was typing that. We are not. We are Georgia Cooperative Development Center is a RCDG recipient only right now. And we are working on some other grants, but we are not one of those recipients at this time.
And then someone was asking in the chat, how many members make up your co-op?
That's for you, Eric.
Yes, we've gotten kind of in the practice of not disclosing those numbers, but just for the sake of commonality and being gracious, I'll let you know that we're over 100, and we've got a target. We're trying to reach a certain number to help capitalize this endeavor that we're working upon, but we're well over 100. So that's where we stand right now.
That's great. That's a great start. And happy birthday to West Georgia Farmers Co-op.
Yeah, thanks.
If there are any other questions, you can add them to the chat or the Q&A feature as well.
Adama is saying hello to you, Eric. If I said that right, Adama or Adama?
Yes, yes, I know Adama. That's no West Georgia Farmers Co-op member. I think she lives up here in the Baltimore area now. Hey, hey, Adama.
And then there was a question, does your co-op offer value-added products as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We do offer value-added product by way of um, jams, jellies, sauces, meats, poultry products, and baked goods. Absolutely. And we're developing more value-added products because this grocery store that we're in the process of developing, we're going to feature a lot of value-added products, not only from us, but from other similarly situated farms and co-ops, of course, that are within our local areas.
Mhm. Any other questions? Eric, can you do maybe text over to AgriUnity and see if they've got an ETA for us?
I did. I'm waiting. I'm not
Okay.
sure. So
Okay.
it was kind of like, so she probably will, but who knows?
Okay. I have a question for Ron Gatos there, or as Adasha, the Development Center. If there's any ways that you all are seeing your cooperatives market their cooperatives that you could share with us. If you're working with cooperatives as well, I'm assuming that.
Who was that question for again?
That was for the Pacific Northwest Co-op Development Org. Or they may have left. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening there.
Yeah, I think they left. I don't see them in the participants. And then there was a question, will your co-op have the capacity to have a butchering operations to members?
That's you, Eric.
Yes. I was just pondering the answer to that question. As we are building this out, that was something that we kind of desired and wanted because I just, of course, I love butcher shops, and of course, and we are, because we will sell, of course, fresh meat. However, the market study recommends against it for, because of the cost of the operation and all of the expenses that come with, the butcher, just another employee cost and just various things. So we're still trying to work that out through our sources and uses, marketing, and also just our customer surveys and community surveys to see exactly. So we're trying to balance that desire. We're trying to balance community and co-op desires versus marketing recommendations and of course financial wherewithal.
Mhm. That's great. Before we go, I would love to hear what other are we all farmer cooperatives, startups, or existing cooperatives, or are there different types of cooperatives on the call today? If you could type in the chat or just chime in. Farms to Grow, Inc. Awesome. Anybody else? Okay. Well, I don't want to hold everybody up. Are there other questions? I'm thinking, Eric, if we don't hear from AgriUnity, then we can kick it back to Amal, so we're not having folks hold, but we're certainly here for more questions if there are any in the meantime.
I have a question for Eric, LA. How you doing, Eric?
Hey, Ron, how's it going? Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing well, doing well. Eric, let me ask this question here. In terms of your supplier line or your distribution points, are you primarily marketing in Georgia, or you marketing outside of Georgia?
Primarily in Georgia, in a little bit of East Alabama, but yeah, where we're situated, yeah, we border 2 states, but we're in Georgia, so yeah, primarily in Georgia.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the work that you do, man.
Oh no, thank you for the work that you do, and of course, and I like the way you're moving with your organization right now.
So Roxy just joined.
Great. Welcome, Roxy. Thank you for being with us. So Eric went ahead and shared a little bit about his organization and their marketing development plans. And but we would love to get to know you a little bit, find out a little bit more about you and AgriUnity. And then if you could share a little bit about your marketing development plans and some of the marketing you're doing now for AgriUnity. And welcome.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Hey.
Good to see you guys. I've met Ron. We spoke before several times, and thank you for having us to participate with this. So yeah, my organization, agriunity.org, we are growing exponentially to assist farmers specifically in the southeastern region of the state of Georgia with their commodities. We're specializing in the cattle space right now, and we've been expanding our cannabis and plant and veggie operation over the last 4 years as a matter in development. So our marketing strategies include partnering up with other organizations like you all, just familiarizing ourselves with the industry as much as we can to see where resources are and be very intentional on connecting and following up. And then in addition to, reaching out to the youth and educational institutions to solicit that assistance as well. So we're moving at a pace that feels comfortable for us and our farmers. And we're just open to everybody and every possibility for advancement. And we're seeing that it's a need, obviously, that we all are aware of. Different people need different things in different regions, but we all essentially need the same thing, which is cooperation. So I'm honored to be again in the presence of you guys, to be able to, just see that the work is continuing more and more. Weekly, I'm meeting individuals like yourselves that offer so much great value, and my job is handling all of this information with care to ensure that, whenever opportunities arise, that we're in position more and more to receive the support and foremost expand that out to our network.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Roxy. I think you said some really important things that I heard, just being available, right? And just connecting. That's the biggest part of our work, is just showing up, and being open and connecting with others and just hearing what's needed, listening and being there and so that you can offer whatever's needed to be offered in that space. And the other thing I heard you say that I also experienced earlier today in an earlier meeting, I was talking to two people who had been traveling around the nation and the world actually, just sort of listening to the co-op ecosystem and what people had to say. And they came back with that we do have the same challenges. We're doing all these different things, these different types of work, these different sectors, but there's 4 or 5 key areas. So it's good because, you know, again, listening, you get to hear what's needed. And then we can all show up and plug in the holes. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you. I share Eric's sentiments, and you guys are phenomenal, you know, in your own right and in your own region, and independently and collectively, it's necessary. And I'm hopeful that, you know, it'll continue to come together and plug in and connect, as you stated, more and more for the benefit of people that really do need it. So we're doing the right thing. We can rest well at night knowing that.
So Ron and Amail, that completes our portion. Unless there's more questions, I guess we do have time, but I wanted to just say a quick thank you to Eric and Roxy for being here. And
Yes.
thank you to Amail and Ron, again, of course, for the amazing work NDCC does and for having me. And we'll stand by if there's any more questions. But thank you again, everyone.
Thank you for being here. There was just someone who wanted to have your contact info in the chat.
Okay. Put an email in there. And phone number.
Yeah, I don't see any other questions in the chat or in the Q&A function. Mm.
Well, if there's no more questions, I guess we can conclude. Mhm.
All right, all right, everybody, thank you for being here. We'll make sure to post the recording on our YouTube channel and on our upcoming newsletter and through all the marketing that we're doing for our upcoming webinars. We have another one coming up on cooperative taxation, which is the link I just shared in the chat as well. So please make sure to register for that and follow us on all socials. I'll also put them in the chat as well. And thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Roxy.
Hey, thank you, Ron. Thank you, Aja. Thank you, Amal.
Thank you.
Yeah.